Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis 4 with the new Origin DLC and of course patch 132. We're playing as Semien, a nation we just released from the Ethiopians last episode. And we're going for the Shemot Is Not achievement, I think it's called. Which requires us to, as a Jewish nation, Shemot Is Not, as a Jewish nation, convert all of Egypt to Jewish while having a specific aspect going on. We're planning to break free from our filthy overlord here next episode, although our designated friend and helper here, Adal, is currently being occupied by Ogadene's separatists, which is annoying to say the least. This is also annoying to say the least. Let's take local autonomy in Axum. It's one of our better places. I mean, we don't have good places. It's a rough one. 25% local autonomy. 33 might just be the... Yeah, oof. Big oof on that one. It being 5 years into the game, we should be able to click buttons again, right? No, but soon. We really want to be able to take tech at the end of this year. Unfortunately, the game predicts that we're going to be able to do so at the beginning of next year, which is going to mean we miss out on a bunch of innovativeness. I don't quite know yet how I'm going to grab the last few points necessary. We need... Wait. Oh, the math changed here. Nice. Must have not. Oh, we got a -5 because some neighbor took the tech. Very nice. So we're gonna get it. The neighbor is probably Ethiopia, and that's gonna be... Yeah. So we don't get that kind of combat advantage. But hey, production efficiency here, alright? I shall take it. Could you please beat these up so I can start building an army? Thank you very much. Alright. I can invest. I will. Grab the innovativeness. Grab the tactics, which is huge. And then I start building my army. African spearmen is all we can really build, so let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Get up to force limit. It's not a huge army. Our Ethiopian enemy has 8 and they have their subjects too, but I just hope that Adal is going to bring a decent amount once they've dealt with these filthy separatists, which... Is there anybody else around that might be interested in supporting my independence? No, let's not end it, no. People are very much not into it. That's would be a no. Let's meet up in the capital. And let's put some boots onto these rebels so we don't have to worry about Axumites anymore. We shall fear the Axumite no more. Can't do that. Alright, we have an army. Adal is not handling their separatists. And our money now is dropping down because we have an army. Somebody's got to pay for. I think I'm going to keep the army on loan or on pay for a moment here, but not for too long. Gain legitimacy, which I like, kinda. I hate the loss, but it's dropping down at least. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend money I don't have, so let's just gain that legitimacy. Once these Axumites are down to 0, I'm probably gonna reduce. Okay, you did beat one of your rebel sets. Reduce some pay for my army for a moment. So much manpower on these two. Oh, you did grow Hadia quite a bit. How do they feel about an alliance these days then? You're still friendly. 32. Is there anything I can do? Don't know that I can. Don't If we had 90 spy network and dip tech 27, we could agitate for liberty. That seems kind of tough. Reduce opinion. But we're not going to get favors with you. I can't. Can I curry favors with you even though we're not anything? Where's that interaction even? There it is. I can. Let's start that currying then. Because if we could get them on our side, that's sort of a double gain. Oh, we're getting nothing though. Yikes. That is not a lot of favor we're producing there. Should I celebrate some stability cost reduction? It's not really what I'm looking for here, but sure. Let's drop the army maintenance for now. Can't really afford that jazz. Still can't afford it. We could fire our general. But not general, our military advisor. I kind of want them though. Really all I need. You're preparing another war. Are you trying to attack a Dal? Okay, looks like they are. Gain Diplo power or make a Lordia like me? No, I'm gonna take the dip. I should definitely check on our things. Estates. It's been a while. Should probably wait a tiny bit. I think I can afford to run a diet already though. Ideally we wouldn't have another development one. Stab 3? What? 4. Yikes. The reason I really don't want a development one is that development is super expensive for subjects. We can't run production. We already have 4 production. There's no, so for any development we want to do here, we'd have to do another development or something else. So we'd have to do 6 development to, well, we would only have to gain 2. So it's 4 development clicks rather than 2. So if we do development, it's this. And we might just sit on a few years here and then hope to do it while we're at war or when we're independent. So it's not as stupidly expensive. Speaking of stupidly expensive, let's not pay for this edict for a while. I know it's weird to turn off the development edict when we just got a mission to develop, but that's what it is. Why is my army maintenance suddenly huge? Why am I paying you again? Thought I wasn't. Oh, we actually did declare war on Adal. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, beat them up. Obviously I can't rebel particularly well here. Because Adal currently is at war with them. Can't call them in another war. Oh, please tell me that these are not going to come in and kill my stuff. Stop the rebel suppression. Let's try to run away. I suppose let's pay them, just so they don't die. Woof. Let's not be at speed 5 anymore. That does not seem particularly great. What's this war anyway, Ethiopia? I'm not even gonna win this. No, my land is gonna get like occupied and stuff. We have forts to hide behind. Maybe. The Shevin fort should be quite decent at protecting my troops. Try to hide into Mott or Sosa, I suppose. Maybe. Oh, I was not paused. My hiding in here is not currently successful. Can I go to an area or something? No, I can just do this. I suppose then that is what we're gonna do. We might get attacked. If so, we're gonna hire a general. Obviously, I'm gonna try not to. I never checked on these, but we wouldn't have gotten the tech anyway. Let's grab dip tech. Sure. was about to say where there's not an institution going on, but that's not how the game works anymore. Every techno has institution or multiple ones associated with it that make it more expensive to take. So it doesn't matter when the institution spawns. It is, no, it doesn't matter when it spawns for the price of technology. It just matters what institutions you have. Please beat up the Ethiopians, not me. And I'm not gonna help you, Ethiopia, if I can avoid it at all. Unfortunately, these Melindi here are gonna get medicked. But hey, I wonder. Nah, it's probably not worth it. I considered for a moment that I could maybe go to Melindi and loot it. At least make some of that money back I'm spending here because I'm well, having to pay for my army. Another negative of this war is that we're gonna have to be, well, we'll have a truce. Well, Adal will have a truce. So we can't just call them in to help. And is Ashura in this war as well? No, it's Aden. Ashura is not as big anymore as they used to be. Are you still kind of scary? You're still kind of scary. You still can't reach Ethiopia, you know, so you say. I was wondering if there's somebody else I can pick up that helps me. But really that's not yet. I really wish I hadn't built this army now. I'm not particularly interested in letting that go. But I'm also very much not interested in paying for it. Battle is being lost by my quote-unquote enemies here. I'm just going to try and siege down some territory and try to gain some money from it. Sure, it's technically going to help with the war score, but it's not going to be a relevant change in war score if I don't siege down forts. And I should be able to grab some money here. 3 ducats, look at that. Can grab all of those if we are diligent. I mean, we're nothing but diligent, right? I'm going to have to spend some time here, though. I would prefer if these folks didn't siege down my land, but they might. Are they interested in my stuff? What's that? Oh, that's your fleeing troops. Speaking of fleeing troops, let's not be there. There might be war. We don't like it. Innovativeness is decreasing, but I'm ahead of time. Huh. That changed. Being ahead of time used to mean that you don't. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna pick the temples here anyway. And I assume now we're no longer decreasing, no. Huh. Used to be enough if you had one technology ahead of time. That's not the case anymore, clearly. Now my stuff is being besieged up here, yep. As was to be expected. I'm gonna try and take some money out of Lamu. Hope that I'm safe enough down here to not too many problems. Axum occupied. Oh, I just killed somebody in Lamu. Whoops. Do we? Yeah, I guess we do spend money on defensiveness edict here. Being occupied is not fun. Look at this AI focus on sieging down Melindi while everything else is getting crushed in the north. I really hope you don't want my stuff. You don't. Good. So they're unlikely to take my stuff in peace deal, which is great. Assuming they win, which they might. This is Not quite the start I had imagined. Did I? Oh, I waited for these and I didn't ever do anything, and now I can't because we're at war. Yeah. Hopefully I remember after the war to click the buttons. How's my faith thing going? Yeah, we're getting close to being able to pick the morale of armies advantage there. Okay, somebody got pieced out. Melendi. Bit of a shame. Ooh, but interesting too, actually. That might mean Melendi pillaged, give Ethiopia income, yada 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 yada. Okay. We did not get black flagged. That's a bit of a shame. I was hoping to get black flag down here so we can't be hurt in the war. But I guess we're not getting that, so let's go north and try to make some money. Now we're black flagged. And Axon became Jewish. Cool. Just like that. Excellent. Now, with me being black flagged, I think I'm going to go and stop paying my troops. Am I losing 2 ducats a month now? That's so much money to lose. What's the other thing we're paying tons for? Cities looted. Oh. Okay, could somebody please take these folks out? I'm being hurt here. Ethiopia, if you wouldn't mind... If you wouldn't mind just, you know, saving my capital... That's just mean. What kind of overlord are you, Ethiopia? A useless one, that's what. Do I just have to get rid of my army again? I absolutely hate it. We wasted so much money on them, but... I just really can't... How much are we paying for them? Not too much. Half a ducat. It's probably rather that I have to get rid of my advisor for now. Which is a shame. But we don't want to start taking loans here. An interesting start, to say. Very interesting. Okay, another Torah aspect. Now, I could go for something other than the Morav armies, but I don't see that I want to. However, the Jews is not uninteresting. We want to do the agenda. But I think I'm going to pick up Purim. I don't need to do it right now, though. Once again, I can just sit on this for a moment. Be Purimistic, which I'm sure is a word. You have so much numbers here. Come on. So much numbers? Yes. So many numbers. You do it right when my capital gets taken? Why? Yeah, crush him for their insolence. Good. Yeah, let's celebrate some production efficiency in land that I don't have anymore. Why would they fight over my stuff so much rather than taking Ethiopian land? So much there to take, and they just go for my stuff instead. Well, at least we're gonna get another government reform soon. Suppose that's neat. Wow, they didn't even try to take the Damotians out there. I think it's correct to safeguard our army down there. Or at least anywhere with their black flag. It doesn't have to be in Pate, but they don't want to be unblack flagged. Secretive. What a quality duke. Manpower modifier, I don't hate that. Text modifier, I don't hate that. Can't get this one. 50% manpower or 10% taxes. We have men, we don't have money. I suppose I'm going to curtail those privileges. This one looks like it might take a while. And there comes the high war exhaustion because somebody took my capital. Look at these numbers. So many troops on all sides. I wonder what the ideal outcome here is for us. And I'm considering whether it's a white piece. Because a white piece would mean that we have the shortest possible truce. So we can then maybe call somebody in again. On the other hand, some Ethiopian land getting taken obviously makes us a lot more likely to actually win a liberty war. Which would be nice too. I wouldn't mind winning a war. It was nice to start with a winning war. 17,000 men sieging down the level 1 fort in Hadia. I'm sure that's relevant. Come on, just get my stuff back. Watch these folks leave before they get the final take. Get to like 99% or whatever you have, and then, oh no, you need to go somewhere else. Come on. No. No luck on the siege. I mean, neither of these have any luck. There we go. Got my capital back. War exhaustion. Well, devastation and war exhaustion. Out the wazoo. Freaking wazoo. Now you're gonna send 17,000 men to siege back Ogaden? Which is not even a fort. Are we gonna see a huge battle in Zela? Oh yes. Actually yes. Let's have a quick look. Have a gander at that one. Now it looked like, yeah, they're coming in piecemeal, which is not good. It's not good at all. Getting flanked there. Now we get the backup in. Cavalry in horrible position, as they deserve to be. It doesn't look good for quote-unquote our side. Ooh, that's another bunch of folks there, though. Maybe. The Allies lost, so our side won. Both sides got hurt a lot. I don't know when I last spent a war rooting for the enemy. Also rooting for them to just get on with it. Let's turn off our edict here. We can turn it back on if they should try to siege down Semien again, but I'd rather they didn't, obviously. Right. Here they come again. Not sieging right now. Okay, take it. What a weird situation to be in. Just watching AIs fumble their way around wars. And you can't call this anything else but fumbling. Why do I have such a... Don't like how low our liberty desire is here. Oh, did we lose our support of independence? Are we gonna get that back once the war is over? Oh, we lost it. That's unfortunate. It's gonna be a while before we can take it back. Great start. Great start. Let's just sit here and watch war happen. If you want to call this war. Let's celebrate some production efficiency. These events are not gonna get old at all. It's 57. Can we click things? Oh no, we can't click things anyway. Because we're not at peace. Now... Oh, you got beaten there. Once we are at peace, our friends... Ooh, that's the end of the war. Once we are at peace, there's white peace. Nobody gains or loses anything. Let's get home then. And we're gonna look for another support independence, which they can't do while they have a truce, right? Yeah. Also, they're back to kinda not into it. Why? Neutral attitude, my army strength, Ethiopian army strength. You don't like me? Come on. Was at war. Please. Please. That's not even close to being true. Anybody else? It's just a doll. Ethiopia, could you please? Support my independence. Okay, we're gonna have to focus on Nadal again. But I suppose we do keep currying those favors. Did actually get some. We only need 10 for a thing. And then maybe we find a way. Is there any... No, we would have a different pop-up if there was still innovativeness to be gained here. So we wait. We wait. And we don't have Renaissance, so it's going to be more expensive. But I believe the ahead of time modifier is still going to drop down faster than the institution one is going to come up. At least if it's somewhat like the old system. Okay, we're at 200 faith power now. So we should click a thing. And I suppose I'm going to click development cost then, because we don't actually care about the other one. Do I do 2 clicks of mill development? I suppose I do. Complete the agenda. Encourage development. Double check that that is our agenda. I'm pretty sure it is, but just make sure. Ah, but in Dembia, I turned it on the wrong state, didn't I? Wait, in Dembia? Was it Dembia all along? Then we could have gone with not... If it was all of them were Dembia, we could have gone along with not mill. I would have preferred doing dip here, but... Okay. Encourage development here. More money down the drain. And go with the clickety-clickety? I think so. And that should complete the mission. Good. Wait, should allow me to do more clicks now. We should have been able to do stuff anyway. Seize land for sure. Let's check the diet first. Just in case it's another development one. Don't be a subject. Oh, I really want to not be a subject. Build a marketplace in Dembia, which is not a center of trade. It's going to be useless to build a marketplace there. We're not going to do that. Even if it gives us base production, I don't think. Regain. I mean, I do really want to. Yeah, let's just do it. Regain our liberty. And then seize that land. Because you got stuff. I'm not going to sell any titles. And then we're going to keep, you know, looking for that thing. How do you feel about an alliance? You still love the Ethiopians. How much? You're being annexed. 42% liberty desire. If we could get you to do this. Oh, I can't do that on subjects. Then this whole gaining of favors doesn't do squat, does it? I mean, sure, we might be able to ask for a bit of money or something at some point, but I had hoped that I could make them dislike the Ethiopians. But if that's not a thing, because, yep, it's a subject nation, yeah, screw this. Bring at least one of them home. Go back to improve relations on Adal. These folks being annexed is annoying. It's probably not like hugely negative for a while, but we don't love it. We do not love it. That's a bad air. 516. I take you, Joram. Minus 31. Too many diplo relations again. Come on. Ain't easy being Semien. I'll tell ya. I really want an advisor back. But what's the man to do? Looks like Adal should be a great friend, but they are not, like, utterly powerful. Wait, we're losing innovativeness now because other people are more advanced than we are, even though it's ahead of time. I don't love this system. Is that as soon as you get the neighbor bonus, then you get that? I'm gonna wait for January here. We're not gonna lose a lot. I'm gonna lose some, but it's a lot of monarch points here that I'm saving by waiting for January, and it's not a huge amount of innovativeness we're losing. It is certainly more than I like. There we go, January. Oh. So we weren't ahead of time anymore. This is the institution negative. Didn't realize that. Things have changed. Alright. Screwed up a bit here. Lost a bit of innovativeness where we didn't need to. But now hopefully we're getting some for being ahead of time, I hope. Yeah. A little bit. Spirit unit types. Let's grab the assume better these ones. I didn't actually check on our ideas. Semien ideas. Tolerance of heathens core creation cost. Love it. But we're not great at combat. We will be. 10% morale is pretty nice. AE. Wow. But for now we're not. And the Ethiopians aren't either. So a bit of a balanced unit type might be fine. Looking for somebody with, I suppose, 3. Let's go with the Central African warrior. Yeah, we're gonna have the morale bonus. Baby. We should probably pick that before we cap on faith power again. It's interesting that you can probably swap between bonuses quite quickly with the amount of church power we're gaining. I mean, it's a bit like Catholicism, I suppose. Not Catholicism, is it Protestant that has these aspects? I think so. I do think so. Now, Adala, are you going to support my independence? No. And are you already eaten? 40% liberty desire, 62% annexation. Just don't think there's anything I can do other than technically increase my army. If you had an army, that would help you a lot. Why don't you have an army, Hadia? I mean, it got killed, sure, but why don't you rebuild it? Then you might have enough liberty desire to actually not get eaten up. Not loving what's going on here. We're gonna have to put another cut in here, so I suppose thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, and I know it's a bit slow, but if you still enjoy what you're seeing, then please do consider hitting that like button. Also consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet, and of course, if you have anything to say to me, then there are a lot worse places than the comment section. And also, do you really not rival Ethiopia anymore? No, you do. Why do I not get a rival thing here? I was looking at the wrong thing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you folks next time.